Oh, hi everybody. So let's step into Photoshop and then I'll show you how to design this particular flyer. Let's go. And so we are going to go to file and then we'll go to new and then we are going to set our dimensions. I'm going to set here to 2000, set here the height to 2000, set here to pixels, set here to 7, no, let's set here to 300. Okay, so just in case I change my mind and I want to print it, I'm going to still have a high quality stuff to work with. I also set here to RGB color 8-bit over here, and then let's call it Christmas Carol Service, right? Christmas Carol Service, and then I'll click on create. Now I want the background to be white. Okay, so I'll go here. Don't worry, if yours is white, that's good. If it's not white, go to solid color and choose white, and then okay. And so we are going to start with our background. And to start with the background, I'm going to pick this one and drag it in there. Hold shift and alt depending on the version of Photoshop you are using and drag it down here like that. And then I want the background to blend with the white over there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a mask, and then I'm going to pick my brush. I'll go here and choose soft round brush, set the opacity and the flow to 100, and then make sure my caps lock is off. Increase the size a little bit. Click over here, come here and set here to color black, and then just reduce it a little bit. Let's just mask this side or brush that side. And now it's beginning to blend with the background, but then the color in this particular cloud doesn't really match with the background, so we need to start working on it as well. I'm going to start, click over here and then set here to 53. It's blending a little bit but still not that okay, so I'll also go and pull hue and saturation, and then I'll drag the saturation all the way to -100. Now it looks great, but I still feel like the gray in there is not really selling it well, so I'll go here and then I'll go to curve, and then I'll click here and I'll click here, and then I'll drag here down a little bit and drag here up a little bit. Let's see. Now it looks perfect. I'll put everything in a group and then I'll call it BG. So we are done with our background. Let's bring in this ball and leave it here. Now I am going to work on this ball later on. Control. Okay, let's put it in a group. Let's call it ball. I'll work on this ball later on, but let's start with our text also. And the text, I'm going to pick Carols and I'm going to paste it here, and then I'll click over there at the character, go here and go and choose Made Saunara. I don't know the meaning of that font, but it is a font. And so I'll come here and then set it to regular here, and then over here I'll set it to 105. That's the font size. And then over here the track, and I'll set it to 0. Click on my move tool and bring it closer so that I can see it. And then I'm also going to make sure this one is off. I don't want it to be all caps. And then let me make it bold. Let me see. No, I'm not going to make it too bold, but I'm going to make it italics anyway. I also don't want it to be too black, so I'll click over here, set it to 2A, 2A, 2A. Click on OK, and then we are good to go. We are good to go. Okay, so something like this. Duplicate it and bring it down here, and then let's come and pick night, double click it and let's paste it there, and then let's bring in our rules. Okay, our guides. Let's set here to 4, set here to 4, set here to 0.6 across board. Click on OK. Now let's just say Carols. Let's just say this is the middle, night, this is the middle. Duplicate it and then let's move it up here, and then let's use THE there, and then over here at the size over here I want us to set it to 53. Control T, and then let's middle here. Let's see how it looks like. Let's bring it down a little bit, and let's bring the night up a little bit. Okay, so I think this is great. Control T, and then let's bring it somewhere here. Awesome. Now the ball, let's bring the ball some. I feel like we should reduce the size of the ball a little bit. Okay, let's bring the ball somewhere here. Alright, so something like this. I think something like this is great. And then let's open the ball and then give it a new layer, drag it down, go and click on your brush, make sure your caps lock is off, come here, choose color black, and then soft round brush, don't forget, and then make sure this is selected or chosen, and then click here. Now Control T and then drag this side down, click on your move tool and then drag it somewhere here. Okay, and maybe perhaps reduce the size a little bit, maybe to 92 or something like that. Let's see. No, let's set it to 100% to sell it well. Now duplicate this one, the ball, the one down here, Control T and then right click it and then flip vertical, hold shift and drag it down. Okay, Control T again, then let's push it up like that. And then you also want to reduce your opacity to maybe around 97 or 96 and give it a mask. Click on your brush to set it to color black. Remember, soft round brush here, 100 here as well, and then reduce the size and then brush it like that. And then you also want to click here, go to filter and then go to blur and go to Gaussian blur, set it to 1.7, click on OK, and then let's reduce it a little bit more. Let's see. Yeah, you can leave it around 70 to 80%, and then we are done with the ball. Okay, so let's put this also in a group and then let's call it theme. So we are done with these two stuff. The next thing we want to do is bring in our logo. So I am going to pick this and then I'm going to put it here. I'll drag it this way. Now I am going to use a font called Mooli. This is it, and then the size over here I'm going to set it to 9.2. Awesome. And then let's see, I'm going to make it like that, left aligned, and then I am going to set the tracking here to 0. I'm going to make it all bold like that. Make sure italics is off, and then over here set it to pure black. I want it to be pure black so that people can see it. Now duplicate it by clicking on Ctrl J to duplicate it, and then come here and choose Medina branch and paste it there. Now I want to zoom in so that I can work on it very well and bring it down a little bit. Now from here I can do basically maybe one thing more to it. Set here to 260 for it to spread like that. I could even set it to 230. Awesome. And then I'll come and then pick the logo, drag it in there, and then resize it holding Alt and Shift, like I always say, depending on the version of Photoshop you are using. Now because we can't see it, let's double click it and then let's go to color overlay, set here to pure black and then click on OK, and then let's move it quite closer to it. It's too small, so let's Control T and then let's, I think this is great, but I still want to add a line to it, so a rectangular shape over here like that. Double click it, set it to color black, make sure it's color black. Let's zoom in again, let's make sure it is aligned. Great. Let's put everything in a group. Let's call it logo. So we are done with the logo as well. We want to keep, let's go to theme. Okay, now you can see this is the middle of it. Let's drag the line over here. Now logo as well, you want to keep it in the middle of it as well. So we are done with the logo. Now let's bring in the name of this person. or the speaker or whoever the church, whoever is having the occasion. Okay, and so with this one we are going to use a font called Tiempos Headline. Now in this particular flyer I use just three fonts. Okay, so let's make sure this is off, but then let's go here, set here to semi-bold, and then over here let's set here to 10.2. let's see. Okay, you're tracking here to 0, and then let's make it italics, let's make it all caps, double click it, and then over here select it, come here and choose this color A30121, enter. And then also let's click over here, let's set it to regular, Ctrl T, and we want to make sure it is middle aligned, and drag it up a little bit more. Okay, now type over here, oh no, it's going to pick that one. Type over here, and then let's pick width. What is going on? Width, and then let's paste width over there. Now we are going to use a font also called Taken by Vultures. Basically these are the three fonts we will be using, and then let's resize it, or let's give it a definite size over here. Okay, so it's also going to be regular over here as well. It's Taken by Vultures, and then the font size over here, let's set it to 27. Let's see. Awesome. Let's click over here, let's set it to 2A as well, and then let's move it in such a way that the horizontal bar over here falls on top of the pasta, and it's also quite closer to it. Let's see, nice. Drag it here, Ctrl T, and then make sure both of them are middle aligned. Let's put it in a group, and let's call it name, and then let's double click it, and then let's work on it. Let's go to stroke, let's set here to 10. Make sure here is outside, here is normal, here is 100%, color over here, and then color white is selected over here, and click on OK. So that way it blends. Oh man, this is nice. Okay, so what else can we do to it? Let's bring in our image. Okay, so let's bring in our image. Let's bring this lady in there, and then let's leave her here like this, drag her here like that, and then we'll bring the rest of the details over here. So you can see we are keeping it all over here like this. Let's type here, and then let's pick join as this, and then let's paste it here. Now we are going to use Tiempos Headline. Okay, I also want to put this image in a group, and then let's call it image. This one, let's go to paragraph, let's go over here, make sure yes click, and then click on your move tool, and then drag it all the way until it touches the blue line. Now go back to character over here, and then we are going to use Tiempos Headline. Like I said, you're going to set here to regular, and then over here let's set here to 14. Awesome. And then let's make sure it is italics here, and then the color over here, let's choose A30121, enter. Duplicate it and then bring it down, and then let's pick this one and then double click it and then paste it there. Now with this one we are still using Tiempos Headline as usual, we are using regular as usual, but then the font size, let's use 22. Let's see. Awesome. And then let's click here, let's choose 2A, enter. Zoom in a little bit and then bring it down a little bit more. This is good so far. Make sure it's also italics. Let's put it in a group, and let's call it date. Now let's come here, let's type in our time. Let's pick 6, and then let's type here 6. We are still using Montserrat, guys. Open the character, set here to bold, and then set here to 20 opacity 3.3, and then here the tracking, let's set here to 0. Make sure it's also italics. Make sure all is caps, even though it's not going to make much difference. Click here, F1A123. So that's the color we are going to be using. Duplicate it and then push it somewhere here, and then pick this one and then double click it and then paste it there. Now we are only going to change the font size. Let's use 15 for it. Zoom in and then try and then keep it somewhere here. Okay, a little bit closer. Duplicate it and then bring it down here 2, and then click on PM. Now for the PM, we only want to change the font size over here to 7, and then let's see, let's change it to 8. Let's see. Okay, we're going to set it to 8, and then let's click here. Let's click at ellipse 2, hold shift and then drag and create a very cute ellipse tool or ellipse shape over here. Drag it down and double click it. The color we are going to choose is 2A2A2A. Alright, and then make sure the text falls in the middle some way, somehow. Use your eyes to do the judging. Okay, so I think this is great. Duplicate this one, click on U for us to have these options over here. Click here, set here to no fill, click here, come and click here, and then choose this color. Nice. Now you want to set here to 10.3, enter, and then hold shift and then move it this way. Alright, now this one, give it a mask. Click on your brush, go here and choose hard round brush. Make sure the hardness is all the way to 100%. Opacity and flow is 100. Here is color black. Remember, click over here, make sure caps lock is off, and then just increase the size of your brush to this one, and then maybe something like this. Hit here once. So this is how it looks like. Now let's duplicate these ones. Ctrl J to duplicate them. Click on your move tool, hold shift and then move them here. We also want to change the 9 here, the 6 here, sorry, to 9, and then the, let's see what 00 would do. Alright, so 00 would do. Okay, I think this is great, but then we also want to pick all of them as well and change them to color exactly, and then put everything in a group. Let's call it time, but we are not done. Let's position it here, drag it there like that, send it up a little bit, and then let's work on the venue too. Let's pick this, click here and then paste it, and drag it somewhere here until it hits that place. Open your character, and then we are using TM-Pulse headline still. Let's set here to regular, and then the font size here, let's use 1.6 for it, and then make sure it's italics and then it's all caps here. This time let's choose the same color. Okay, let's choose the same color. We're going to work with the same color. Duplicate it and then bring it down. Now let's go and then let's pick this one, double click it and paste it there. Now it is too big, so let's reduce the size over here to 10.8. Awesome, drag it up a little bit, duplicate it and bring it down again, and then let's pick this and paste it there. Also too big, so let's give it 7.4. Maybe let's just give it 7. Okay, and then zoom in, Ctrl H. Now you can see the distance over here. Let's give the exact distance over here, or at least it should appear like that to the eyes exactly. Alright, so we are done with this. Let's put it also in a group, and then let's call it venue. But then let's click here, pick this, and then let's create a rectangle around it. Let's open here and then drag it in the, double click it, and let's choose color white. Okay, Ctrl T, and then maybe let's drag this one here a little bit. Also, remember the name is middle aligned, so let's try and then make the image also middle aligned, so that at least the image would exactly conform with the arrangement over there. Maybe let's drag the name and the image a little bit here, because once the eyes look at it, the eyes is going to judge the position of this one based on this one also over here. So you want to make sure it is there. Let's drag the image down here a little bit. Now I could say I am done, but then I can't end this tutorial without adding a gradient map to it. So I'll go here, go to gradient map, click over here, go to photographic toning, click on OK. There is this one called platinum. Okay, so this one, the first one called platinum, click on it and then click on OK. I want you to go here, set it to soft light, and then over here set it to 75. Enter, and then ladies and gentlemen, that is how you create this particular flyer. Now if you love this video, please hit the bell icon and subscribe to this channel as well. Now I do not want you to miss out any flyers and any artworks and any designs that I create, so please hit the bell icon and subscribe, so that every new designs that I create, you will not miss out. You'll be one of the first people to see them